he brought so much truth to light during COVID and the COVID vaccinations. And he's been silenced. The American Board of Internal Medicine, I know you know this, but I'll just reiterate it for the people listening and watching, the ABIM, they revoked his board certification. I mean, how evil. And Clayton, it's not just about the vaccines that we all have to worry about. It's all pharmaceutical drugs. These pharmaceutical companies are looking to their bottom line. They're looking to make as huge profit as they possibly can. And, they're doing that far more than they're looking out for your best interests.
Right. So take a look at this. You also provided this. I'm going to put this graphic up here. So according to this, what are we looking at here, Kim? According to PubMed, our prescription drugs are the third leading cause of death after heart disease and cancer in the United States and Europe. Oh, I thought they were supposed to save our lives.
Exactly. No, hello. No, it's not because, and a lot of you might find this surprising that it's the third leading cause of death in the United States.
Yeah.
But it's not because of overdoses or acute complications. It's about the gut microbiome and how these drugs are affecting our microbial diversity in our guts. Every time you take that antibiotic, every time you take that heartburn medicine, those kill off your microbial diversity in the gut. They're killing off the good guys, and they're allowing the bad guys to replicate at super speeds. And, more information is coming out daily about how these drugs are killing that diversity. They cause what's called dysbiosis. That's the imbalance. And it's being connected, finally, to chronic diseases in all areas of our body. And again, dysbiosis is when our gut flora is out of balance, and it causes just an unbelievable amount of health issues. I mean, we have so many things that we're dealing with our gut being out of whack. We see people dealing now with early onset dementia, Alzheimer's disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes. The list goes on and on. And what most people, Clayton, don't realize is that your risk of all these diseases are directly related to your gut microbiome diversity.
We had a friend of the show, Dr. David Perlmutter, on. He wrote a couple of great books. I forget the first one. Belly, gut, what was it called? Wheat Belly, I think was the first. But then he also
That sounds right, yeah.
I forget the name of the book. It's been a few years. But then his second book was all about the gut biome. He was being vilified for talking about the direct connection from all of his research for what was happening in the gut biome leading to all of these things. I mean, we're talking, as you mentioned, diabetes. I'm just going down the list. Alzheimer's, early onset dementia, blood pressure, everything. He was being vilified for it. Why do you think, I guess the question is, why do you think these doctors who call this out are being vilified for this?
Because it's the truth. If people wake up and realize how easy it would be to take responsibility for their own health and concentrate on what feeds the good guys in our gut microbiome. I mean, I started teaching people the importance of gut microbiome health back 50 years ago, and people were calling me a quack and crazy, and where's the science? And it's just, you look around the world, and people that live to be centuries old, over a century old, 100 years old, they're noted to be less susceptible to many infectious diseases. I mean, I studied all these people that were living, the Hunzas and the Japanese and different people all over the world that were living these long lives. And so these properties have been directly attributed to their distinct gut microbial structures. And having been studying all these different people that live to be such great ages, the number one thing that I knew that you could do to protect yourself is increase your microbiome diversity by eating fermented foods. And the number one fermented food is kimchi. It is the king of fermented foods. And I found out that not all fermented foods are created equal. Kimchi is the king of fermented food because it has over 900 different beneficial strains of bacteria, whereas people that love sauerkraut, eat your sauerkraut, but it's only got 28 strains. Yogurt's, only got a few more than that. And then kefir and other foods are good, but kimchi's the king. And there's so many studies about kimchi showing various health benefits. It's been around for centuries. And you do not see the same studies about other fermented foods. So that's key.
We went out to dinner at a South Korean restaurant. My wife loves to go to this South Korean barbecue, and like they just load up the table with kimchi. Like it's like like 5 different types. Like when to start out the barbecue, they like bring all these little metal dishes, and they're all filled with kimchi. And a few years ago, I read a book called The Okinawan Diet, where these doctors went to Okinawa and they wanted to understand like why do so many people live to be over 100 years old in Okinawa. And they looked at their diet, they looked at the fermented foods and the fish and and all of that. And it was a remarkable study. And so, we block that out in the West, don't we? We don't want to know about for instance, this study, the effects of fermented kimchi on I can't even say it, on all of your blood indicators. What am I even looking at here, Kim?
Anthropometric. I get the hard one too. Yeah. Well, you're looking at it's showing that I can't hardly see what is right there. It's okay. That's the study that recently came out about kimchi, Clayton, and it's highlighting its health benefits. And it showed there that the consumption of kimchi was reducing blood glucose, triglycerides, blood pressure, LDL cholesterol, because your health, believe it or not, depends on balance. And that's what I always taught. You've got to make balance. You've got to have that acid alkaline and good balance in your body. And so when good bacteria outnumber and regulate the bad, the gut environment stays stable. It supports our overall well-being. But if diet and stress and antibiotics or illness disrupt this balance, we've got harmful bacteria, pathogens growing, fungus, all kinds of things that lead to that gut problem and wider health issues. Now, kimchi is a powerful antimicrobial, so it's got that powerful antimicrobial properties. So, again, it's antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, and antiparasitic. And when you have too much of that bad bacteria, you are going to get sick more often. You're going to deal with fungus overgrowth like candida and parasites. I know that sounds gross, but come on, wake up. That's what's going on in your gut. You see these big guts? Well, that's what's inside there. Kimchi has the power to battle all these evil little microbials that are living inside of us, and it's doing it naturally and effectively. And Clayton, I was so excited when I found this study. It's an anti-aging study, and it showed that when kimchi was introduced to human cells in test tubes, it actually slowed the aging of the cells. And when you slow the aging on that cellular level, it's going to slow the aging of your tissues, which is the combination of cells in our body. And that ultimately slows the entire, the aging of the entire body. And so that's exciting.
I have a friend who recently sold a business, like 90 million. He's got multiple businesses, multi-millionaire, and he's like, I'm very, I study peptides. He's like, I really focus on like the anti-aging process, and we were talking about this, and he actually talked about this study a few weeks ago during the holiday season about the anti-aging and the anti-inflammation. He's like, I'm on kimchi, I'm on peptides. He's like, I'm on all of it, and he looks fantastic. So I know so many people are trying to find like a big pharma sort of cure for aging, right? You see, like, if anyone can unlock that, like, can Pfizer unlock the anti-aging pill that we can all take, right? And of course, it's going to wind up, in my opinion, like Ozempic or something like that. You're going to see all these, like, skeletons walking around,
Exactly. There's so many health benefits from kimchi, Clayton, and I know you know a lot of them, but that's why we went ahead at Breakcourt and created Kimchi One. Why did we do that? Because Americans, their taste buds are very different than Asian taste buds, so sometimes they have a problem with the taste, the odor. So now we have convenient capsules for daily use, and when you make your own homemade kimchi or you buy it from the store, it's loaded up with sodium. A lot of people are on sodium restricted diets, so we virtually have no sodium in our capsules. It's 100% made in the USA, all natural, non-GMO, which is really important. And then, it's constantly here, either in writing or people call us and they share their successes after using Kimchi 1 for a week or two. People that had problems digesting their food, now they have really great digestion. They don't have bloating, gas. They're regular. People that had problems with their immune system, and they used to get sick all the time. Well, guess what? They're not getting sick as much anymore, and some of them aren't even getting sick anymore. We've got younger looking hair report, younger looking skin reported, thicker hair, shinier hair, and of course people that had a weight problem and could not lose weight no matter what they did. There's studies showing that kimchi helps lower body fat by 31.8%. That's enormous. So, of course, they had success losing weight with using kimchi 1. And in people who suffered from symptoms and couldn't pinpoint the causes, especially after 2020 forward, well, guess what? Those symptoms are leaving them, and they're feeling better finally.
And you guys have a special offer for our viewers today. We've been longtime supporters of what you guys do. Huge fans. I take it every day as part of my supplement stack. I went through my two-week pill box, and it was all empty last night, so I sat there for 20 minutes putting all my supplements in, and my kimchi 1 is sitting right there. So I take multiple capsules per day. But you guys have a special offer for our viewers today. We're going to put this up here on the screen. I'm always thrilled to do this. What can people get?
Yeah, so they go to mybrightcore.com/redacted, use the code redacted, they're going to get 25% off, or call in for up to 50% off and free shipping. Call 888-404-6312, and the first 100 callers are going to get a free bottle of vitamin D3 plus K2. Again, that's 888-404-6312. We like to talk to people, so call us.
I know, it's such an anachronistic idea, right? Actually get on the phone with an American business and talk to them and develop a relationship with them. By the way, you're not the only company. I think you guys really started it. I've seen a few other companies now. They're like, hey, call us. Like, we want to develop a relationship. It's like, that's how it used to be. I remember, back in the day, you get on the phone and actually know your customers, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I started the company almost 29 years ago. That was to help people, not like the pharmaceutical companies where the bottom line is the most important thing. So, of course, I like to talk to the customers. We like to make sure you understand what you're doing and understand your body better.
If people are concerned about the taste, that's the thing. The other night we were having steaks. I made some ribeyes for the family, and we had a big thing of kimchi. I was supposed to eat that with the steaks, so my wife, my daughters were eating it, but my son, he just turns his nose up at it. He can't handle the kimchi taste. So with the kimchi 1 pills, I can vouch for it. You don't have to worry about the taste. That's the key.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Kim, great to see you. Thank you so much for this, and thanks for providing some really fascinating context. By the way, just real quick, because a lot of people sick right now, and they're taking antibiotics. And they're whether it's for strep throat or other things, and they're trying to knock this bug out of their body. Now they've completely removed or damaged their gut biome after they've taken an antibiotic.
Well, Clayton, look, there's a time and a place for everything. I am not going to ever say there's not a time and a place for antibiotics, but they've been so overused. And the key thing here is you have to take something. Once you take an antibiotic, you have got to take something that's powerful like kimchi 1 or kimchi to rebuild that gut microbiome back up with the good guys, because the bad guys get destroyed, but the good guys get destroyed too with an antibiotic, because antibiotic means against life. So it's against everything in your gut. And so unless you do that, you're on this constant downward spiral of health, and you are going to just get addicted to taking antibiotics because you don't know any difference. So the key thing is understand the health of your gut microbiome and strengthen it, and then you will ultimately not be needing antibiotics, because that's the key right there. That's the key that the pharmaceutical companies didn't want you to know. We don't want you to know still, but it's that simple.
Kim Bright, always great to see you. Thank you so much for this, and Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, you guys too. Have a great year. I think we're gonna see some big changes.
I think we are. I mean, certainly on the medical side, we're already seeing it, which is just crazy. It's so good. Finally, so hopefully, processed food. Your time is up. I'm hoping the processed food industry is. And I would love to see. I know that this is something RFK Jr. has talked about, which is getting those pharmaceutical ads off television. What a massive lobby that is up against right now. But man, like I said at the beginning, like the U.S. and New Zealand, the only two countries with that stuff on TV.
Yeah, the man has no fear. He's been fighting all the